Hi, how are you? Welcome back. Nice to see you. We're going to do the tarot now, the tarot for the new moon in Cancer with the solar eclipse. And I've just got the Botticelli deck out, and it is, cards are jumping. So I might need just to bring in the focus and think about the cards for a bit and think about the messages. So just let me shuffle the cards out. I'm going to be using the Botticelli deck. It's a beautiful deck, and I thought it'd be nice to use because it's quite a romantic deck, and we are talking about Cancer and the new moon. So let's just see what we've got. Okay. Oh, and while I was talking to you, a card just popped out, or I thought a card popped out, so no, okay. So when I'm shuffling the cards, I tend to take instruction from my guides about how many cards, how to do it, which pack even, and the methods that I'm going to use. Ooh, the cards are really just popping out. Okay. You see, there is one. I knew there was one more. Okay. So let's put them out and just see if there's anything else. Okay. Not yet finished. Well, at the bottom of the deck, okay, well, the cards are certainly reflecting the fact that in the next couple of weeks we're going to be feeling a little bit vulnerable and getting in contact with those. So it starts off in the environment, and we've got the Queen of Wands. Can you see her? Where am I going to? I think I take her to this side. There she is. Very beautiful, but she's upside down. So normally, Queen of Wands upright. You can see that she's quite reflective, and Wands is talking about the environment and how we relate to the environment. And Queens are normally seen as the more the emotional aspect of a relationship, or the feminine, as we see the feminine, as opposed to the masculine. And it's not that I think females are more emotional than men. I just think we're more comfortable being emotional than most men. And I apologize. I remember I said most men, so if you're a male watching this and you're very comfortable with your emotions, I was acknowledging that. So this is what we've got here. And you probably see, I've just realised you can see my gardener in the background watering the garden. Okay. So she's upside down. So clearly all that's saying is we're going into an environment where we are, all of us are going to be not in charge, or not necessarily in touch with the environment around us, and that's because we're going to be so centered on ourselves. So that's just a little note that all of us are going to be a little bit focused on ourselves and not necessarily focused on other people. We've got a lot of twos. We've got 2 twos. That's not a lot, but it's quite a few. So we've got 2 twos coming in. So, and we've got a lovely progression. We've got 2, 3, 4, 5, and 7. So you can see that it's a process that we're entering into. It's a process that is going from one state to another state. So again, we start off with the Two of Wands. Okay, and the Two of Wands, that's right, I can put it on this side. So the Two of Wands, and you see she's got that. So the Two of Wands is movement. But you can see by the way she's moving, it's not moving in a structured certain way. So it's about choices. And in this instance, it's about duality. So we're going to be moving from one to the other. So this is the other thing about vulnerabilities, the way they're going to be exposed, is we're going to see it and then it's going to disappear. We're going to see it and we're going to disappear. So we're talking about twos, we're talking about decision making and choices. And you see when you're talking about the Two of Wands in this depiction, that she's moving away from something and she's not comfortable. And in actual fact, if you have a good look at the card, you'll see that she's actually moving away from the Two Wands, from the two choices. This is then followed very quickly by the Five of Cups. And remember, when we're talking about the cups, what's interesting about this, normally the Five of Cups, 3 are upright, 3 are distracted, 2 are upright. What we've got is we're actually evaluating all 5. All 5 are upright, all 5 are capable of holding emotion. So this is where we're looking at and we're evaluating our emotions and how we're feeling about things and the things that we value, which sits comfortably. Before we talked about the new moon and the solar eclipse being all about us getting comfortable with our vulnerabilities, and the Five of Cups is us having a good look at those emotions and those values and see which still holds. And remember, 5 is a change card, 2 is a change card. So already we're going into a time of change where we are going to be able to, in a situation we have the opportunity, we're going to be able to make changes about our relationship to vulnerability and our relationship to being stable and secure. Because remember, your relationship with your vulnerabilities is very much your relationships with security and safety. And this is then followed by the 3. Oh, I keep taking it the wrong direction, I apologize. So this is the 3 of Swords. And this talks about emotional heartbreak. And again, you can see where look what's happening here. She's dragging her lover, she's pregnant, it's all been a disaster. She's dragging her emotions basically behind her. So what this is talking about with that is there is going to be some emotional turmoil. We are going to be stretched and we are going to feel bereft about some things that are going to change, and some things that we've got comfortable with that we're going to realize actually this thing is not working for us. Moving on to that, what we've got again is a 7. And I like the way the 7 of Wands is put here. Yeah. And it is the hunter. So the 7 of Wands is movement, is hunting, and it's searching. So in this instance, we are searching. And they are hunters, and they're searching for where they belong. They're searching for what next. It's a hunting. So if we have a look at what that picture is showing up for us, it's about choices, it's about evaluating what we value and how that emotionally sits with us. And then there's going to be aspects of that which are going to find incredibly difficult to come to terms with or to accept or to release. That's the 3 of Swords. And then at the same time, we're also going to be looking for and searching for aspects around us. What's interesting is this is a wand, so we're going to be looking for it in our environment. So we're going to be looking to make those changes about how we are interacting within our environment. And of course, to change the way you interact with your environment, you have to change inside. Okay. So what are we coming up with that? The 2 of Cups. 2 of Cups is the lower for the major arcana of the lovers. And the 2 of Cups talks about yin and yang, about the need for 2 people to come together and to mirror each other. And this is actually an interesting representation of the 2 of Cups because they're very, very active. So normally you see the Two of Cups of being very passive, but in this very active. So this is really an active way. We need to be active about how we are looking at what we love and how we love. And then after that we get the Four of Cups. And this is a lovely repose. But can you see it's quite reflective? So it's quite reflective, and the hand is up asking a question. It's almost like it's in conversation. And it's about what makes us safe, what makes us secure, and how do we feel about that. So you can see that the cards that have come up, they're quite emotionally turbulent. So it's this time of hunting, of reconciling, for seeking what looks and makes us feel comfortable, for looking out at the environment around us, to looking at ourselves, to looking at what emotionally fulfills us, and to make change. So the cards have given us a lot of change. The last card that came up, and I think this is the card, and I was so happy when it came up, it's the card of strength. So I just want to reassure you, you have everything it takes to make that change that needs to be changed. You can do this, and you have more strength than you know you have. So dig deep, it's there waiting for you. Okay, and it's just asked me, that's not a nice way for, I don't know what to call them, but Spirit, let's use the word Spirit, just asked me to do just another, I just completely just dumped out. Okay, all right. And what we get is the Seven of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles. So let me just, I always take it to the wrong side, I apologise. You think by now I'd get it together. Hold up one so you can see one. So that's the Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Earthly Desires. And remember, the Pentacles is talking about life. It's talking about our physical aspects of life. So what this is just a gentle reminder to you is you are in charge, and you are in contact with the emotional aspects of your relationships to the everyday things of life, and this is what this is saying to you. And the other thing it talks about is the Seven of Pentacles. And the Seven of Pentacles, normally, remember, that's referring to harvest, but it's also referring to change and seasons. So what is just reminding us too, that there are things in your physical life that will change. There are other things that will start to grow and take shape and take form. And that's the way it should be. Okay. So an interesting reading, a little bit of emotional turbulence coming up, and I'm sorry to be the bearer of that. But like always, when you're feeling emotionally turbulent, it's not a good time to make big decisions. You should always make big decisions from strength. Sit quietly, take some deep breaths, and just remind yourself that you are in the process of enriching your life. And this is what all this turbulence is about. It might make you feel unsteady, but it's about creating a new enriched life. So the mantra that I want you to encourage you to use is I accept. If you say that and another word pops up and it has to be I accept life, I accept love, I accept change, that's up to you. But I accept is enough. So practice I accept. And if you can accept what's about to happen, it'll make it easier for you, it'll come quicker. And whether that is things coming into your life or things moving out, it doesn't matter. I accept. All right. Good luck. How lovely to see you. Thank you so much. Just going to say thank you so much for tuning in to my last round of videos. I really, really appreciate you doing that. I hope you get pleasure from this one. Thank you so much for following my page. If you want to get in contact with me, I'll put the details down below. It's a great time to have a private reading, And I'd love to be able to do that for you, particularly if you've got problems about this change. If you'd also like a little bit of life coaching, you can also get in contact with me, and I'm very, very happy to do it as well. All right. Thank you very, very much. See you soon. Have a lovely day, and breathe.